February is Black History Month, and in a place that was once popularly known as the Chocolate City, I set out to find out how the city of Washington, D.C. celebrates its rich African American history. From the National Museum of African American History and Culture to the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial, there are plenty of ways to celebrate Black History Month in Washington, D.C. I spoke with Darby Mutagoma, a junior at Howard University here in D.C., the biggest historically black college in the country.
My name is Darby Mutagoma, and I'm a junior at Howard University, the #1 historically black college and university in the country. DC residents can educate themselves on historical black figures by visiting the Martin Luther King Memorial and the Frederick Douglass National Historical Site.
I'm here on 16th and K Streets Northwest in Washington, D.C., just outside the Black Lives Matter Plaza. First erected in 2020, it is located about 2 blocks away from the White House and is meant to be a symbol of unity among Americans. It is also one of the many ways that you can celebrate Black History Month within Washington, D.C. this year.
Black History Month means everything to me. It's a representation, ironically, of the past, present, and the future. So there are many things throughout the district, and quite frankly, throughout all 8 wards. DC, before the gentrification that has happened recently, was called Chocolate City because of the influence of African Americans. If you want to talk about the past, of course you have the National Museum of African American History. It has great exhibitions, great exhibits, and if you want to start in the basement and talk about the dark history of America, but then you come up almost like, rising up through the levels when you go every floor up to the achievements of African Americans, I would offer that.
I took Dr. Wright's suggestion and visited the National Museum of African American History and Culture. First opened in 2016, these exhibits in the lower levels had a big impact on me. At the lowest level, I had a chance to learn about African history using examples of stories and artifacts. I learned about colonization and the ugly truths of America. In the middle level, I learned about slavery and the darkest period of American history. Examples like an old cotton machine and an early 19th century slave cabin depict the parts of American history that should not be forgotten. As I got to the top floor of the lowest level exhibit, there were depictions of how black strength united the race throughout the 1900s, and even where it has led to today, and begins on a somber note, describing all of the hate and discrimination towards black citizens in this country. But with each floor I raised in the museum, the message was not so much to speak the truth that will not be spoken, but to celebrate those who created history and change within the African American culture. Although February is Black History Month, the celebration of this culture does not have to be constrained to just 1 month each year. Here in DC, I got the chance to educate myself properly for Black History Month by using the resources around me in order to learn about the rich history that is deeply rooted within the district. Here in Washington, D.C., I'm Jack Byrne.